So today we're here to tell you
Tell them what went wrong.
The story of why I blocked my husband for a year.
What's up guys? It's Zach
and Lindee, and today we are spilling the tea. We're spilling the piping hot tea. So get your popcorn ready.
Who has tea with popcorn?
Alright, so we mentioned this back in September when we put out our How We Met video. We told you guys the entire story of how we met and just basically our entire love story. So if you haven't seen that yet, we'll link that down in the description. But basically within that, we said there was a period of time, like about a year or so, where I completely blocked Zach on like everything. And all of you guys were commenting like, oh my gosh, like what happened? What's the story? Like why did you block him? What went wrong? So today we're here to tell you
what went wrong?
The story of why I blocked my husband for a year. So I'm pretty much gonna be leading this story because it was essentially my fault. And Zach can kind of fill in where...
I did nothing, guys. I did nothing.
Zach really is innocent in all of this, so we'll just clear the air there. And kind of start from the beginning. So... In the beginning, there was a girl and a boy on YouTube. Most of you guys know we met on YouTube when I was 17 and he was 18. So we have been friends for a really long time. We've known each other for about 7 years now. So basically when we first connected and first met, it was very much a business friendship type relationship. Everything that we talked about and did basically revolved around music and videos and writing and YouTube. That's kind of how the relationship began, and it kind of grew into a friendship outside of that. Like we got to know each other really well and we talked pretty regularly, I'd say. Like we texted and we would like Skype and work on writing songs together. Within like a year and a half or so, I'd say we were really good friends. Like we were texting pretty regularly. Within the whole time that we've known each other, obviously we've had different relationships with different people because it was just a friendship. In the beginning, it wasn't even that. It was just like a music business relationship. About a year and a half after we first met each other, I started dating a guy. This was after our very first collaboration. This is when we filmed the cruise video.
Baby, you a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise.
It was a couple of months after that I started dating this guy and I went off to college. We still like stayed in touch, like we would still text every now and then, we would still Skype and write with each other, like write songs. But at that point, it was very much a friendship. Like you were very far in the friend zone.
Yeah, she'd be like, hey, let's work on a song. She'd call me up and then 5 minutes into it, she'd be like, oh, they have pancake night tonight, so I'm gonna leave you for 4 hours and then I'll come back.
That was a long time. I was at college and they had a pancake night and...
Were they even good pancakes? No.
They really weren't that good, but there wasn't a whole lot good at that school. So our friendship was very much non-threatening whatsoever. It was very much a friendship. I was about to say friend zone.
It was a friend zone ship. Have any of you ever been in the friend zone ship section of life?
About 6 months into this relationship that I was in, the guy started getting very jealous and insecure with the friendship that we had. And so we fought about it a lot because I didn't see that there was any reason to be jealous or any reason to be insecure. So I looked at it like this person wasn't trusting me, like they didn't trust me to be loyal.
Because at the time there really was nothing between her and I. It was literally just like friendship and working on music.
Yeah, like anytime we were talking, it was like about music stuff.
And what we do is like you have to have friendships with people and be working on people with stuff because else it's like how are you going to move along in what you do.
About 6 months in, this guy was very jealous, very not okay with the friendship, and so I decided to just kind of not talk to Zach as much because I knew it would cause fights. And so if I saw him text, I wouldn't respond. He reached out, I just kind of would ignore it. And further into the relationship, it kept happening because every now and then like I would respond if it was like something music related related, and we would like talk about, you know, the school I was going to because you were wanting to go there too. And like we would still reach out and talk about like collaborations or like songs we'd been working on. So I started stripping away the friendship and really making it more of just like a business contact at that point.
Without saying anything though either. So it was like, I didn't really,
what was I really
didn't know what was going
like, hey, my boyfriend's really jealous of you. Like,
well, I don't know.
I hate confrontation too, so I was just, my option was to ignore it.
I think just saying like, hey, I have a boyfriend and like he just doesn't feel comfortable with me talking to you.
You knew I had a boyfriend though.
But I didn't realize he was that like uncomfortable with like.
So I slowly started backing off and stopping communication. A few more months into the relationship, I noticed Zach texted me one day and it came up just as a phone number. It didn't even come up as his name. And that's when I realized that he had like gone in and started deleting contacts off of my phone. And like he deleted Zach's contact, and so it just came up as a phone number. And so that's when I really was like, all right, this is really toxic. This really is not okay. And I was looking at other things like Instagram and Twitter, and I would look up your name, and I like went to your profile and saw that you'd been blocked. He'd like gone in on my phone and blocked him from social media because I realized like I wasn't seeing any of his posts anymore. At that point, I was like, okay.
They're bringing our thing.
Like taking it down the stairs.
We have a dog crate coming because we're getting a puppy. I don't know if you already know this, but we can hear it coming down the stairs right now. It's like, boom.
So at that point, I then had a conversation with him like, hey, what the heck is going on? And he was just basically like, oh, well, if you love me, blah, 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 like you wouldn't talk to him and this and that. It was a very toxic and unhealthy relationship. So I decided to just ignore everything and keep him blocked. I kept his number deleted. I didn't respond to anything. And I'm sure that left you very confused.
I was, the whole time I was like, what did I do wrong? Like, I'm like, because at that time, like, we barely talked. It was like, we'd work on stuff here and there. I'm like, is like, do you not want to work together anymore? Like, is it like, it was just weird because we had worked on stuff before and we were like currently trying to work on things, and then it was just like, I was getting no replies, and it was just weird because we had worked on so many things together and we're talking about working on things in the future, so it was just weird to have somebody be like completely non-responsive, especially when we had like a friendship there too. So it was weird.
Looking back on it, I feel really bad because I definitely could have handled it differently, and that definitely wasn't the right way to do it. If anyone is that jealous or insecure or saying things and giving you ultimatums and going through your phone and going through your texts and deleting people from your life, that's not a healthy relationship. And
especially if you've never given them any reason to doubt you. People are going to be jealous in a relationship to an extent. If you're dating somebody and you're in love and stuff, you're probably not going to talk to other people that much. But it's like, you still have some friendships that you're going to keep, you know?
Yeah. Clearly now I understand why he was so threatened, because we did have such chemistry and such a connection. Like everything with Zach felt incredibly natural. I mean, but I wasn't looking at it from a relationship standpoint. I was just looking at it like a friendship.
Like we worked really well together.
And like we'd just known each other our whole life. Like we were just good friends. Like we just got along, and he was always really nice, and I enjoyed talking to him. Looking back on that, that was not the right thing to do, and I should have realized very early on that those were red flags and should have ended it much sooner than I did. I let it go on far too long. So then we fast forward like a year later, because that went on for about 2 years, which again, way too long.
I want to say it was April, because I was at college at the time, and basically I just got a text from her that was like, I think it was a pretty long text, basically just explaining what had gone on. I don't remember, did we end up getting on like a phone call and talking or anything?
Probably. So what happened was, it was April of 2016, and I finally ended the relationship, and it was a couple of weeks later that I was starting to like mend relationships with friends and with family, because I had just kind of cut everyone out of my life at that point. Then I thought like, oh my gosh, like I have to reach out to Zach. I've just completely like ignored him for the last year, and he's probably so confused and has no idea what's going on. So I reached out to Zach and just had this really long text message of everything that had been going on the last year, and just like how sorry I was and how I wanted to just
and then she
talk with him. I was like, can we talk? Like, I really hope that we can rekindle our friendship. And
did you say rekindle?
I don't think I used that word, but so what did you think when you saw that text message?
I was just happy that there was like a friendship there because I was genuinely so confused about why I was blocked. I was like, I did nothing. I was like, I really didn't text you that much. I don't know, I feel like I wasn't that intrusive or anything like that. I was pretty much just like, hey, what's up? Like, do you want to work on this? Do you want to do this? And it was just like, it was really confusing.
So then after that, we got on a phone call and we talked for like hours. I'm pretty sure I was up until like 3 or 4 a.m.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Talking, and we were just catching up on like the last year and everything that had happened. It was like a month after that I texted you and asked if you wanted to meet in Malibu.
And then I said yes, and then I texted you, how are you doing, some time later, and you never replied to it.
I was still in the healing process of a breakup too, so let me get this straight. I wasn't reaching out to Zach like as a rebound and like, oh, you know, maybe we can like start something. Like I genuinely wanted to rebuild that friendship because it was just so natural and so, I don't know, like he was just so easy to talk to and like we were really good friends, and so I wanted that friendship back. That's when we like met up in Malibu in August of 2016. And y'all pretty much know the rest of the story from there. The rest is history. Again, it was like months later before we even started dating. Like that was not
it was like
thought when I reached out to you.
Probably 6, well,
no,
from when you
reached
out,
out,
yeah, it was over a year.
That we started dating. Clearly it was meant to be, so if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen, y'all. This just to show that if you are meant to be with somebody, it's gonna work out, because there were definitely ups and downs and bumps along the path that really didn't seem like our relationship was ever gonna get anywhere, but here we are, years later, and we're married. That is the story of why I blocked Zachary, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the tea today.
If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment, because we like to talk to you guys.
And don't forget to subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a video. We don't have shout outs this week because we're filming this video way in advance.
Maybe we'll just double up on the next time we film.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll double up on it next video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Is it